Welcome to this lesson on direct and indirect addressing modes in computer architecture. We'll break down what these addressing modes are, how they differ, and where they have been used with simple example. So first let us understand what is addressing mode. An addressing mode defines how the effective address of an operand is computed. Now you might be thinking, what is effective address? So effective address is nothing but the actual address of your operand. So whenever any arithmetic operations or any logical operation has been performed, right, at that time ALU look for the data. So that data is available in our memory, stored somewhere. So where it is stored, that actual address is called as effective address. So addressing mode defines that how the operand's effective address is computed. It tells the CPU where to look for the data in a memory or in a register, or it is directly available in the instructions. So there are several addressing modes. I have already in previous video I have discussed all the addressing modes, but today in this will elaborate about the direct and indirect addressing mode. Our focus is on direct and indirect addressing mode. So if we start with a direct addressing mode, so in this, the address field of the instruction contains the actual address of the operand. That means I can say that's the effective address, right? So CPU can access, CPU fetch the operand directly from that particular locations from the memory, right? So let us take an example that here, like load A, where A is equal to 500, right? So that means it's A is equal to 500. So in your memory you have some location 500, and at that location whatever data is available, right? So that data will be fetched, and further it is stored to accumulator, right? So that is a direct addressing mode. I'll explain you. Let us take one example. So here suppose I am having a memory. So in this memory, let us say that it start with 1111. This is 1112, 1113. This is just for example. I am taking the random sequence, right? And so on, right? And suppose I have that LDA, that's a load instructions, right? So I have a load, and then let us say 1112, right? Or we can have this like something, we can replace this with this as well, that load A, where A is equal to 1112, right? Here I have just directly mentioned, right? So here I am having some data, let us say 25. So it will directly look into the memory for this particular address, this address here. At this address what data is available? 25. So in accumulator it will load the data 25, right? Suppose after this I have like add 1116, let us say. So here suppose I have a 5, right? So what it will do, it will search for this location 1116. It's available here at this with the data available. This is my operand, right? So this 5 is available. So whatever data is already available in accumulator, along with that it will add this data. So it's already 25 plus 5, so this 30. Now accumulator is holding this value 30, right? So this is a very basic thing, that direct addressing mode. So it's like a single step access. We can say that directly the address is available, and that address itself, it's a effective address, right? So from that address I am able to fetch the data, right? Now if we see the indirect addressing mode, right? So in indirect addressing mode, it's slightly different. It's a like a pointer kind of thing, right? Here the address field, it contains, instead of effective address, it gives the memory location, right? It gives the memory location that stores operand's address. So operand's address is nothing but your effective address, right? So here in, like there in a direct addressing mode, address field contains the effective address itself, whereas in indirect addressing mode it does not contain the effective address. It contains the memory address, memory location that stores the operand's effective address. Like, so it's like a pointer to the actual location, right? Here we need to access to memory, right? So let us say this example, load A where A is equal to 500, right? In this 500 another address is stored, that is 800, and this at 800 we are having our actual operand, right? So similar way I'll explain you that suppose we are having the same thing, right? So this start with 1111 and so on, right? And if I have LDA and then I have 1112, right? So this is not my effective address. No, it's not my effective address. It will search for 1112. Here suppose I'm having 1115, so this is my effective address. So it will again go for this 1115, and here suppose I'm having a data 25, so then the accumulator is loaded with the data 25, right? So it's like a two-way memory access. Like we are accessing this memory, again here I'm getting a address, and again I'm accessing a memory, right? So it's like two times we are accessing a memory, right? Whereas there we are accessing a memory only once, right? So now let us see the key differences between this. I hope you already got to know the differences, right? So in a direct address, like I told you that memory access, it's a single direct memory address, right? Because we are directly getting the effective address, whereas in indirect it's a double access, because we need to fetch the memory effective address from the available memory, right? Then speed, it is much more faster. Direct addressing mode is much more faster. Indirect, as it's a kind of a pointer thing, so it's slightly slower, right? Flexibility, if we talk about flexibility, it's less flexible because we need to have a fixed address. Here it is more flexible because it can point anywhere in the memory, right? So in real life, if we talk about, so direct addressing mode is like you are having, like if you want to deliver some parcel and you are having a actual address of that particular house, right? So you directly you go to that house and you like give that particular parcel to that so and so person, right? Whereas the indirect addressing mode is like you're not having the actual address, but you are having the address where can you find where to deliver the parcel. You don't know where to deliver the parcel, but you have the address where you can go and you can ask that I'm having so and so parcel and where I need to deliver it, right? And then you go and you deliver that particular parcel, right? So that's a simple way I can explain you, right? So in a summary, direct addressing mode is very simple, fast, and for a static data access it's the best thing, right? Whereas indirect addressing mode, it just adds an extra level of reference, making it more flexible but a bit slower. So it's depend on like which for which purpose you are using it. So you should be aware of in a programming where to use direct addressing and where to use indirect addressing, right? So I hope you like it, and this video help you to clarify the difference between the direct addressing mode and indirect addressing mode. Thank you very much.